Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We're gonna dive deep. Get your life jacket. Hold on tight. I am the first one to say, I know nothing. Because enlightenment is knowing how much you don't know. Everything I talk of is coming from my own subjective experience. I love the line from the Roman emperor, the philosopher Marcus Aurelius from Meditations. What we do now echoes on into eternity. Beautiful. What are the Akashic records? How do we access the Akashic records? I have used the Akashic records in helping me become the greatest version of myself. In a very practical way, it's transformed my life for the better. Akasha is a Sanskrit word meaning sky, space, ether. That primordial life force energy permeating everything in existence. Inside the elements, earth, water, fire, air. I see there are different kinds of Akashic records. First, we have our personal Akashic records. This is where all our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions are being stored within our DNA. Everything is being recorded. Then you have planet Earth's Akashic records. All the actions, all the events, the collective energy of the planet is being recorded within the planet. You see this in crystals. They absorb information. In the water, being in nature. Sometimes people sit on the grass and it's almost as if they take on the same energy as their environment. And the universal Akashic records, which is the grand library where everything in the universe's history is stored there. The past, the present, and all the future possibilities. In essence, there is only now. The Akashic records are like one massive library. So if we start with the personal Akashic records, along my journey, I realized that I couldn't keep running away from myself, because however we feel is leaving an imprint within our body. All the thoughts we have are being stored somewhere. I see the DNA as the hard drive, and we only use a very small amount. The junk DNA, from my own knowing, because it's all BS, belief systems, but from knowing, I see that contains all the memories we have from all our past life incarnations here. Therefore, that's why we find ourselves where we do. Certain people have different abilities because we don't know what they have been doing before. And how we access this information, what's helped me, is through meditation. That's the easiest way to do it. And being conscious when we are breathing. Making sure it's coming deep from the base of our spines and taking time just to slow down, to really go within, to really hear ourselves, because the Akashic Records always shows us our true authenticity. It shows us who we are now and where we need to go. It helps us live our highest purpose. And I began to see that I am here to help raise the frequency of the planet. I also began to see that we don't have to externalize our power. We are the ones we are waiting for. Music helps us remember who we are and access our Akashic Records, because the universe is made up of vibration, and music is eternal. Those same notes have always been here because they are part of the universal language. So listening to the right kind of sound frequencies, I love 432, it helps me awaken the sleeping giant, the roaring lion. It gives me courage to tap into my ancient ancestry, to see that we are all so much more than what we have been told. The world Akashic Records is the subtle energy we all have as a collective that is being recorded in Earth. And many times we may be in an environment and we have a deep intuition of the kind of energy around, because that energy has been recorded. I realize that nature is so smart. It didn't wait for us to get HD video cameras to start recording. No, it's always been recording. That's why we love to go to the movies. And I see that much of life is like a movie. It is like a magical dream. And the universal Akashic Records is all about what our whole universe has been going through, the whole evolution of our universe, and seeing that it's all connected, because that's why I always start with the personal Akashic Records, that our thoughts are being recorded, and that's all we have to take care of, because the universe can take care of itself. Accessing the Akashic Records for me begins with imagination. Being open to new information can help trigger us to remember that we are not just this physical body. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. It can remind us that what the bleep do we know? Because I don't know if I can trust what they taught me in school. I go around the city and I'm always amazed that there are so few books on esoteric information in mainstream bookshops. Then I say, I get it now, because that is the kind of information that can activate your DNA to show you who you really are. I've mentored and counseled hundreds of people. And when they know who they are, once they know thyself, it's game over. They start flying because now they have the confidence, they have the self-esteem, but more so, they have the self-love to realize they can be anything they choose in the universe. Eating high-frequency foods is how to access the Akashic records, because food is information. What helped me along my journey was incorporating more natural foods into my diet. Now it's a lifestyle. More fruits and vegetables because it is fresh. There is a reason I discovered why there are so many artificial foods out there. Because now you don't have the access to the information which is naturally stored in organic food. There are pages that we are reading when we are eating. Connecting with those who remind you who you are is how to access the Akashic records. Because I love diving deep, but I realize I only have one piece of the jigsaw. And this is like a superhero movie. And every superhero has their unique quality. So there are people I connect with who I am inspired by. They can share with me, I can share with them. So now we are exchanging information, deep information, because the moment we start questioning our reality is the moment we start accessing the Akashic records. The 3 W's we all say when we are small and little. What happened? Okay. Why? Why are we here? Who are we? And where did we come from? Those are powerful questions. Why are we here on planet Earth? Because the Akashic records are not just from Akasha, meaning space in the Sanskrit. It goes into the book of life. It can be seen in all religious and spiritual systems. But to demystify the Akashic records, we can see it in terms of our own DNA, how it can be altered depending on how we are thinking. Bruce Lipton talks of the first 7 years of a child's life are the most important. And Dr. Bruce says how this is a time where the child is downloading all the ideas about the world we live in. That is why if you have children you know you have to make the first 7 years the best years of their life, because that stays with them forever, because it is being recorded in their DNA. And when we realize that if we allow children to blossom, now they can become powerful beyond measure, because they naturally have access to the Akashic records, because they don't have the filter so many of us adults have. When you are an adult, you have been adulterated. I see that many people who govern this world are very adept, very intelligent in esoteric information, but also a lot of them are not physical beings. And I'm talking from a place of knowing that there are infinite life forms on this planet. In certain texts, you have the talk of giants, beings who were 12 feet tall, and small beings who walk the earth. We don't even know half of the story. The question is, do you want to know the other half? Do you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Mermaids, half human, half animal, half human, half fish, alien beings. By me accessing the Akashic records, all of these are in existence right now in different timelines. But to access the Akashic records, we have to be in the present moment. We have to develop mindfulness. We have to develop inner calm. And more so, we have to see that the power lies within ourselves. That is why once you realize that, your whole life changes for the better. Ed Casey, a mystic, used to conduct readings around the pyramids of Giza. When he was in a trance-like state, he said that the Sphinx is 12,500 years old. That underneath it and the pyramids, there are the Hall of Records, where you have ancient history on the land of Mu, Lemuria, Atlantis. Civilizations who had advanced technology, who had an advanced level of consciousness. What happened? Because what I've seen is that we are living in a state of amnesia. And the only way to awaken is to access the Akashic records, which are available to all of us. Anyone can access your own greatness within. And I can't teach you how to do it. I can only act as a guide, but ultimately you have the power to change your life for the better. Philip K. Dick, a fantastic science fiction writer, Minority Report, Blade Runner, Total Recall. He even inspired films like The Matrix. In one speech, he said that we are living in a computer programmed reality. And the only way we know this is when a variable changes. That is the glitch inside the matrix. Was this guy crazy? Of course not. But he was accessing the Akashic records. Terence McKenna, phenomenal. He, in my mind, accessed the Akashic records. I accessed the Akashic records when I began to see that I lived in the time of the golden age in Egypt. That's why I called myself the Kemet Prince. And many people change their names when they have that awakening. Then I changed into Infinite Waters because I had a new level of consciousness by going on the journey within. I had a new download of consciousness that I had been here forever, that there is no beginning and there is no end. Anthony T. Browder, the Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization, he accessed the Akashic records. And when you have this life-empowering information, it does wonders. J.K. Rowling, she accessed the Akashic records to write Harry Potter. Where did she get this information from? Her imagination, her DNA. That is the magnificence of not being afraid of allowing who you truly are to come to the forefront. It allows us to let go of fear and become the greatest version of ourselves. Many people who are controlling the world only do so through manipulation and distraction. But ultimately, we are our own worst enemy. And that is what I have seen. Nobody is holding us back but ourselves. To be free, to set ourselves free, we have to start seeing that there is so much going on this planet. Wow, I need a glass of water. That it will literally blow your mind away if we knew what was really happening. And those who are brave enough to venture into themselves to grab back the information are the ones who stay empowered and end up living a more fulfilling life because they let go of feeling like a victim. They take responsibility in seeing that they are a co-creator, in essence, an architect of their own reality. Sometimes people say, I have a negative thought. What should I do? Everything is being recorded into your DNA. So an alchemist surrenders to that emotion. He doesn't resist or she doesn't resist negative thoughts, but they merge into it. You don't run away from it. And because of that, you begin to fly. So everything is being recorded. And we have to see that at any time we can create a new possibility in terms of how we choose to live our lives. I have seen other entities. That is what made me dive deep in the first place, because they said to me, don't worry. And what I've realized in going and meditating, in knowing, is that all of this technology we have is not coming from us. It has been given to us. And therefore, we have to see that reality itself is not what it seems, because there are infinite amount of planets out there. And the more I began to open my mind, I realized, wow, this is truly a wonderful universe, because we have the power to live whatever life we want. That's part of this virtual reality. This body is just the avatar being controlled from an unseen realm, which is our true self. So the moment I want to get angry, I want to shake, I want to throw a fit, I realize that, wait a minute, it's just a ride, like Bill Hicks said. And because of that, I make sure every day I live it to the full. And I put a smile on my face, because wisdom is power. It was written, Maktub. Studying more, going within to study yourself, will set you free. Animals have supreme power. And I love cats because they hold so much wisdom. We can access the Akashic records through animals, because if we listen to them, they can send us a message which is otherworldly. I have seen through knowing that the human being may be part of a genetic experiment. It's possible that other beings created us. And just like we love to experiment on other animals, we have also been experimented on. But at the same time, I realize that we have an incredible amount of power if we tune into the truth of who we are. Now we truly become the gods and goddesses we came here to be. Yes, there are aliens, but who knows? Maybe we are the aliens. Maybe I am an alien. Paranormal activity. Many of us might discard the Akashic records. I did a long time ago, until I realized that the ruling elite, they have access into the Akashic records. That is what makes them so powerful and helps them to rule over the masses, because they have the knowledge, the wisdom, the sacred writings and scrolls. But once we go within ourselves, we also have the access to that. So in essence, we become royalty. Lord of the Rings, J.R. Tolkien. One ring to rule them all. Where did he get that information from? His imagination. So he also accessed the Akashic records. And it's amazing just to see that this is where the power lies, in your own imagination. Singers, where are they hitting these high notes from? That energy passing through them is millions of years old. It's magic, but it's not, because they have been doing that for so long. That's what makes them so powerful. The Akashic records remind us that we have been here for eternity. The more you absorb yourself in nature is the more you have access to the Akashic records, because the primordial energy is stored in organic material, the rocks, the plants, the valley, the ocean. It helps us remind us that we, human beings, what are we doing to the planet? And it shows us our true potential, that ultimately being free is our birthright, because we take on board that energy we surround ourselves with daily. It's all there in nature, waiting for us. See you. I'm there already. A simple mindfulness meditation I do to access the Akashic records is to close my eyes for a couple of minutes every day and let go, relax your body, let go of all the tension in your fingers. And at that stage, the thoughts, which are the interferences, now begin to subside. They pass away like clouds. And now you get into the pure sensation, the total body awareness within every single cell within your body. And now you are downloading new streams of information straight into your body, and you feel the pulse of the universe through your heartbeat. Open your eyes, smile, you're on camera. And it does wonders for me. It brings you so much harmony, so much serenity, so much calm. We have to stop caring what other people think. That is the only way to access the Akashic records. Because people may call you crazy, weird, strange, but just remember, those are all the geniuses anyway. Just like that. So there you have it. That is how to access the Akashic records and how we can use it in becoming the greatest version of ourselves. It's all about having fun and being open to new information. I say, the internet is the new Akashic records. We are here, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.